Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dad Games Badly. We're back here today with some NHL 23, and I know it's been a while, about 18 or so months since I have recorded a video for you all. I've done some streaming on Twitch and stuff like that, but that kind of slowed down as life got even busier for me. So I am back. I'm hoping to be back all year with NHL 23 videos for y'all, mostly franchise. Maybe we'll figure out some other stuff, get some other ideas going throughout the year. But for now, we are going to start things off with a 48-team custom franchise. We'll go through all the rules and stuff like that, but I'd like to introduce you to the new teams. We kept the 32 in the NHL that were already there, and then from there added 16 more. Some of the teams you'll know from either Twitch streams or YouTube videos. Other teams were completely made up in this time. So, in the Western Conference, you've got the Northwest Division, Alaska Spermways, Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers, Oregon Owls, Seattle Kraken, and the Vancouver Canucks. In the Midwest Division, you've got Chicago, Colorado, Minnesota, the Regina Renegades, Winnipeg Jets, and the Wisconsin Cheese. Don't they look deadly? Southwest Division, let me just fix that here quickly. Get a little space in there. Beautiful. Albuquerque Aliens, Anaheim, Arizona, LA, San Jose, and Vegas. In the South, you're looking at teams like Dallas, the Houston Hares, Kansas City Squirts, Nashville, St. Louis, and of course the Tulsa Boars, our last NHL series that we did before we ended things in 2021. In the North Division, you've got Boston, Detroit, Montreal, Ottawa, the Quebec Nordiques are back, and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Metro Division, of course, the only division with no new teams in it. Buffalo, New Jersey, New York Rangers, New York Islanders, the Flyers, and of course the Pittsburgh Penguins. In the Southeast Division, you've got teams just like Carolina Hurricanes, Columbus, Delaware Du Bois, Florida, Tampa, and Washington. And the only division with all new teams in it, the Far East Division, with your Europe Explorers, Halifax Lobsters. Yes, I know that's a crab, but they are the Lobsters. Helsinki Ice Dogs, London Lions, Moscow Bears, and the Ukraine Come Patriots. Now, Moscow was a team that I had used prior to all of the kerfuffle going on in the East. I decided to keep them in it. I did wanted to make Ukraine in here as well to give them a chance to show their stuff. It will be a fantasy draft, so none of these team overalls are going to stand. I did have to bring in some ECHL players to the custom teams just to fill in spots as they originally SHL teams. The other thing you'll notice as we go through is the... What was I going to say? The rules. The rules for this series are going to be as such. Custom league settings, we'll take a quick look. 48-team league, 2 conferences, 8 divisions. Salary cap is on. Salary cap inflation is on. Player salary scaling is off. And then I brought the salary cap minimum down, but that will go up as time goes on. No interconference games. 32 conference games, meaning they'll play 2 games within the conference of the other teams there. And then 50 division games. NHL standing format, 3 points for a win, 2 points in OT, 1 point in the shootout, nothing for a tie or losses. We're going to make them work for it. Still, only 16 teams are going to qualify, 2 from each division. NHL playoff format stays the same. I left the schedule for the AHL the same, but I changed their league. I left the league around, but I changed their format of how that all goes, so that is going to be just like that. Playoffs aren't going to change anything. I do need to make sure that I turn on fantasy draft this time, because I sure as shit did not do that. Game style is full sim, please. We are going to leave injuries on. Fantasy draft, there we are. Trade difficulty, or difficulty to superstar, or trade difficulty to hard. Perfect, we are good to go. Actually, you know what? I am going to turn injuries off for this one. That way we can just kind of enjoy it and not have to worry about stopping. Be with 48 teams, it's just going to be insane. Take a quick peek here and take a look. Looks like we are the St. Louis Blues, the Springfield Thunderbirds as our AHL team. Let's go ahead and get started, folks. All right, so here we are. We are going to randomize this a couple times. I am going to close my eyes. You will see it. I will not. 1, 2, 3. I did it 3 times. I had my eyes closed. This is where we're going to stop. We will pick 6 overall in the draft. That's not too bad. Last place team will be Seattle. First place was the Flyers. Interesting, interesting. Where are my Leafs at? They are way at the bottom in 38. All right, let's go ahead and start this fantasy draft. Obviously, round 1. Cale Makar going first overall to Philly. Matthews going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Pretty close to home for the Phoenix resident. Connor McDavid going to Florida. McKinnon going to Europe. Draisaitl going to Houston. Very, very interesting. All these franchise players are gone. Is there anybody left with such great value? Patrick Kane, too old for what we're looking for. Crosby, same thing. Ovi, same thing. Let's take a quick look at what we're rocking with in potential-wise. There are a lot of players available. Stammers, 32. Honestly, all these guys are way too old for what we're looking at. Voracek, Petro, Hedman, Nolan Patrick as a high elite. Like, I mean, come on. Giroux, Kyrou, Marchand, Jamie Benn, Slavkovsky, Ekstrom, Wright. I need at least one legit. You know what? Should we just run prospects for this season? He's a playmaker. Face-offs is pretty shit, Shane. That's kind of my problem with you. Oh, and power on D wouldn't be too bad. You know what? We're going to snag Owen Power. Owen Power is our first overall pick. And now we're not going to draft again until the next round. Let's see who went here. Oh, it's snake draft. Okay. Perfect. I just don't know how many more years Letang will have left. Kreider wouldn't be too bad. Hurdle, Duchesne. Let's see. So some people are going that same route. Simon Edvinsson is available as a D-man. He's also lefty. I don't necessarily know if I want to snag him right now. Nico Hischier wouldn't be too bad to start off with. Boquist is a right D. Do I go for Hischier for a center, or do I just solidify defenseman and just be a solid defensive program? We're going to go with Boquist. I mean, honestly, that is our future on D right there. If Hischier's still available, we're going to take him, but I highly doubt he is. Those young guys are going to go fast. Yeah, see, he's gone. Matty Beniers is still there, though. So he might be a good shout. I do want to take a quick look at goalies here and just kind of see what prospects are available. Jake Ottinger's available. He might be Casa. Ooh, Knight's still available. He's got 1 year left on that deal. And he's 2 years younger. Alright. I'm going to go for Matty Beniers first. And then if Spencer, I'm going to go for a goalie on my next one. Just it would be stupid of me not to get Beniers. Matty. He was just right there. There he is. Fuck. Matty Beniers, come on down. Fingers crossed we can still get a solid goalie. Young youth guy. Saw the Wisconsin cheese logo in there. That was pretty good. So Wallstat, cost is available. So I did miss out on a good goalie. We're going to go to Sebastian Costa because he is 6'6". Alright, there's our goalie of the future. Now we need some wingers to play with Matty. The best part about a draft like this is you can kind of do it how you want. Alex Turcotte, Garyanov, Dylan Genther wouldn't be too bad of a shout. Dylan Holloway, yeah. Boom. Alright, I think this is going to be a pretty good, decent draft for us. We've got to be smart, though. And probably getting some depth guys, but I want to see what else is available for us before we start worrying about that. Because, look, you get somebody like Kessel, Subban, Tays, like, there's a lot of depth that's still pretty good, that's old. We'll be hanging around for a while. Dylan Genther's still available on left wing. Probably a smart idea. I don't need another. Yeah, let's do that. I don't need more defensive. Well, I do, but I also don't want to just be like all draft picks, like young guys, right? Like, I want to at least try. Let's see. I'm sorry, Brant Clark is still available? Snagging. So I've got 3 defensemen, 2 centers. Dermy just went. And a left wing. Okay, we're going to take Kamel. I'm going to snag 1 more defenseman, and then we're going to get actual players that are going to play. Korchinski. Korchinski's offensive. Matachuk is offensive too. Minty is a 2-way. We're going with Minty. Alright. Now let's be serious. 391st overall 9th round pick. Jesus. These drafts, like by the time you get to the 7th round of the draft, are just going to be absolute shit. Alright, so best overall is JVR style. Both are just so old. Everybody's just so old, eh? Tom Mars, Charlie Cole is there, Brendan Dillon, Silverberg, Goodrow. Ian Cole can fuck off. Alright, we're going to go with the JVR type here. Got 1 year left on his deal anyway, so that's not too bad. Silverberg's not a bad shout to have. On the other side, Silverberg, JVR, Beniers. Alright, now we're going to go for goalie here. Marco Casper just went. Let's get an actual decent goalie. Grubauer is there. Martin Jones is there, low starter. I mean, we might as well take Grubauer, and that at least gives us something. Sorry, I don't want to be tied into that deal with Josh Anderson. We'll take Hornquist then. Joey Decord just went. Maybe we'll take Char in a round or two. Zach Parise's not a terrible shout. I'm going to try and get Char on this team, though. If not the next one, the next one after. Within 2 picks. Garnet Hathaway wouldn't be a bad shout. Can I push Chara one more time, you think? Or do you think we should just take him? Honestly, I think we should just take him. I think it'd be stupid to lose him. Yeah, he's definitely getting closer to the top. So we're going to snag Chara here. We picked up Chara. We need one more defenseman. A good Branson wouldn't be terrible. Nick Holden, Jack Johnson, Luke Glendening. Corey Perry's not a bad shout at this stage. So I'm at 5 righties, 3 lefties, and 2 centers. So I need some more centers. I need some more D-men. Oh, I'm taking a Radko Gudas type. Chara Gudas on the back end. I would not want to line up against those two. It's kind of what I'm looking at as like a third pair is those two. Jumbo's not a bad shout. Barakian just went. And if everybody there, I would prefer probably Nick Foligno. All right, so I need some more. Alright. Right wing and Ryan Reeves or Josh Anderson. I need a center more. Boiler or Derek Ryan. Eric Stahl, Phil Pula, Tyler Bozak. Honestly, probably Bozak, just because bring him back to St. Louis. So everything else is just golden, whatever I get. So let's go back to getting prospects. We got some good ones to get us kind of going into the game. It is really slow simulating past this portion, so my apologies, folks. But I do thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. As I said, I've missed you a lot going on in my life. Got a new job, and then that took kind of precedence, and then I was working 2 jobs. And working 2 jobs and trying to create content at fucking 1 in the morning every day is not ideal. I'm getting 3 hours of sleep, so took a step back took a step back. Moved recently, so I've got an actual office. I'm not just in a closet like I used to be at the old place. Oh my god. We're really taking this long to... There we go. So to everybody here, I'd kind of be looking closer to nobody, really. Like, there's no medium sixes here. Low sixes, I mean, Stranges wouldn't be terrible. Yeah. Mr. Stranges. If Evangelista is still there, I'll grab him next round too. Luke is still there. Bocage is there, but he's a little bit older. He's a year older and one overall over. Like, it's not really... No, I don't need to know what Josh Anderson looked like last year. It was not good. I mean, Helinder, no. Stelio, no. Bodker, high 9, and Seabrook, medium 9, and Bowie. Rasanen was a low 4. He just freaking disappeared, basically. Anthony Honka. Rajniemi's no good. Jennings, Moore. Thajlin. They made him a low 4 this year. Paul Byron. I mean, I don't hate a Paul Byron ad. Danny Riat. Damian Riat. Honestly, trying to see if there's anybody here that would be worth it. Let's go with this guy, Rees. Go look. There's not a lot of prospects here that I'm super high on at this point, so we'll just keep going. I need two lefties. I got Lucic and Darren Helm. I'd prefer Helmer. I prefer Frolik and Paul Byron. A little bit more skill than anything else. Froller's there. We'll snag him. I need some D-men and I need a couple goalies. So let's take a look at goalies. Looking at some goalies, folks. What do we got here? I mean... Okay, I'll take somebody like Lundgren in a minute. Or... Trying to see if there's anybody worthwhile. 71 at 22. 70 at 22. You know what? I don't hate Goche here. Froley's gone. Luch is still there, but we don't care. I don't need Froley. I took him. That's why he's gone. Haha. And we'll take Khudobin here. I don't remember who I drafted, though, for goalie. I know Costa. Who was the second guy? All skaters need to go to goalies. Grubauer, that's right. So Grubauer, Khudobin, Kosa, and Goche in them. Yeah, I don't hate that. Defenseman, who is left available? Best of the best of the best. Just trying to see if there's anybody. Philippe Myers isn't a bad shout. Okay, so it's still only 32 rounds. And then everybody else is just pick up who you can pick up. I was going to say Adam Bachquist. No one wants Chris Russell, I'm sorry. Should bring Cody Franson back in the league. Jordy Penn. Let's bring 35-year-old Cody Franson back. I'm playing the HL, overall I care. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. I had to deal. I'm trying to sell some shoes. Like kid shoes. And the person's like, oh, I'm here. And they're not here. Let's go with Matty Irwin. And let's see, who do we got for defenseman? I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't just take Shea Weber. No one took Josh Anderson, though, eh? Interesting. Alright, so the fantasy draft is now complete. That leaves us with taking a look at this team. We will not go into every team on this, unfortunately. Like, we just don't have time. I'm not going to make a single video just for that, because it's going to be half an hour of its own, plus my editing time. So, yeah, again, it's going to take a while for all this stuff to load, folks. So, thank you for checking this one out with me. Much appreciated. Until next time, we can get into this together. Bye-bye.